Welcome to Edmonton Public Library's digital resource presentation. My name is Karna, and I'm going to take you through a journey showing you different resources that you can use for homework help. First of all, we're going to look at Solero, which is based on the Alberta curriculum for grades 3 to 12. Then we're going to go to Brainfuse, which has live online tutors. And then finally, we'll do something fun, looking at Hoopla, which has a whole bunch of resources that you can do for fun. So let's get started. So first of all, go to epl.ca. Everything is free with your library card if you go through epl.ca. If you don't have a library card, visit any of our locations or talk to your teacher about getting a form that you and your parents can fill out. All right, so once you're on epl.ca, you're going to go into our search box. And first of all, let's type in Solero. Now it's going to show you all sorts of different things that come up with the word Solero or variations of the word Solero. Make sure you're looking for Solero database. This is the one we want. Next, you're going to click on Access It Online. It gives us a little description of what Solero is about. And as I mentioned, it is based on the Alberta curriculum. So it has all the different grades from 3 to 12 with the different subjects, and you can do lessons and reviews and quizzes and track your progress as you go. So click on the word Solero, and you always have to make sure that you're going to be logging in through the EPL site. Otherwise, it's going to ask you to pay to use this resource. So the very first time that you are using any of our resources, and the very first time of the day, when you're logging into our website, you're going to have to put in your username or barcode. So your barcode typically is your library card starting with a 212210, or you can put in your username if you have created one, and then your password or PIN. This way, Solero and all the other databases know that you are an EPL library member. Okay. When you get to this page, the very first time that you're using Solero, it says enter your library card number below to get your Solero account information. So in this bar here, this is where you're going to put in your library card and then click request, and it'll give you a unique username and password. Once you have that, the next time you go in, you can just click on here to log in if you already have your username and password from Solero. All right. So I'm going to put in the one that Solero gave me, Quick Partridge 18, and my password. Let's log in. Now, I already have a bunch of courses already loaded up, but the very first time you come in, you go into Add Course. It should default to Alberta. Then you want to pick your grade level. So say we're going to pick grade 9. I click on Update, and below it's going to load the different courses that are available in grade 9. It also loads one grade below, grade 8, and one grade above, grade 10. So I'm going to uncheck mark some of these and say we want to have the grade 7 math is good. I want maybe, the grade 9 science, and instead of the grade 10 English, we'll go with the 1020 English, 10-2. Now make sure that you click save, because then it will load your classes. So now you can see I have the 3 classes here. Let's take a look at the mathematics one. At the top, you have your topics. In the middle, your assessments. This is once you do your practice test, it'll give you your assessment results. And then at the bottom, you will see study tools. Study tools, you can create notes by highlighting sections or flashcards. And this is great for being able to quiz yourself afterwards. We can go into any of these different topics. So say we're going to go into shape and space. All of the different courses that you're going to take work the same way. They're broken down exactly the same as this Mathematics 7. So these are the lessons under shape and space. Tells us each of the different topics that we're going to be entering. Way over here on the right-hand side, these check marks are gray. That means they're incomplete. We haven't done these lessons yet. So let's go into one lesson, identifying the elements of a circle. So regardless if you're in a math course, an English language arts course, science or social studies course, they're all basically modeled the same way. You read through the lesson. Sometimes there could be questions, sometimes there could be practice equations to do, and then you click on next to go to your next lesson. And you keep going through, reading and clicking next. And then when you are done, or you have to log off for whatever reason, what's nice is it remembers where you last left off. So now you'll notice these arrows here have turned from gray to green to show me this is where I last left off in my lessons. So then when I come back and log in again, I can start off at the next part where it's gray. Once you have completed all of the lessons within a particular area, you can click on Practice Quiz. You start the quiz, and all the quizzes are multiple choice. So you read the question, and then you have the different answers that you choose from. And I'm just going to randomly click one here, and you go into next question. I wouldn't suggest that you randomly click on it when you're doing your practice quiz. And then the next one, same thing, you pick your answer, and next question. Sometimes you can also, if you're not sure exactly which is the correct answer, and say you're picking one, you can go and click just guessing. It'll give you your results according to whether you directly answered it or if you were just guessing. And then we go next question. You can finish the practice later, or you can continue to go on to it until you're done. It'll show you which ones you need to finish up or which ones are completed. So if I go back, I want to show you what it looks like once we have actually completed some questions. So go into number sense. Now you'll see for this one here, under adding and subtracting integers, I got 100% on the quiz. All of the answers were correct. And this shows me how many questions were on each of these topics. But down here, I got some wrong. And what's nice about this is you can click on the incorrect questions and you can review them. So when I go into review incorrect questions, I selected D, but A was the correct answer, and down below is the solution. So that can help you to know where you have gone wrong in your solution. So Solero, any place that you have internet access and your Solero account, you're ready to go. All right. Let's go back to our epl.ca page. And this time I want to show you Brainfuse. So back up in our search, we're going to type in Brainfuse. Now I mentioned that Brainfuse has live online tutors every day, which is great if you need some help with some areas of your schoolwork. We have two Brainfuse databases. There's the Brainfuse Help Now, and there's the Brainfuse Job Now, which is when you're job hunting. So make sure you're choosing the Brainfuse Help Now database. Click Access it online. And it gives you a little bit of information again. Now, Brainfuse also has some little courses, some little practices you can do. But the one thing I really like about it is the live online tutors that can help you. So click Brainfuse Help Now. Because we're already logged in with our library card, it still remembers that we are logged in. So it doesn't ask us to log in once again. Tutors are available every day from noon until 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that is in the Alberta time zone. So here's our live tutoring. And you select on your grade. Now this does go from kindergarten all the way up to post-secondary. So say this time we're going to choose grade 11, and it loads your different subjects. So you can see history, writing, math, language arts, all the different sciences. So say you needed help with chemistry. You can also get a tutor in French, and then you click Live Help. As I'm recording this, this is the morning, so the live tutoring is not available. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you an example of a screenshot I took of what it looks like. So this is what your live tutor screen looks like. On the right-hand side, you have the chat bar. You don't see your tutor. You only chat with them down below. In the middle part is your whiteboard. And this is where you and the tutor can manipulate the screen by writing on it, typing on it, drawing on it. And down below are the different tools. You have text box to be able to type normally. You have different math equations. You have geometric shapes, square root signs, all sorts of things. So it's a great resource if you're having problems with something and you need help figuring out how to do math or chemistry or conjugating verbs or whatever the case may be. All right, let's go back to the EPL website, in this case back to Brainfuse. There are also Skill Surfer on the side here, which is different lessons that you can do in the different grades as well. So if you look at junior high or high school and open it up, it'll show you the different areas where they have some lessons that you can go through. So a lot of these are math and a little bit of English language arts and social studies. I would recommend Solero for these, but there is the option of being able to get a little bit more practice in here. So if you clicked on algebra, for example, then you can go into the different lessons and access them. All right. So now let's go back to our EPL site. And I want to show you, once you're done your homework, I want to show you Hoopla. Hoopla is a digital resource that gives you access to ebooks, comics, music, movies, and TV shows. Now, once again, look for the Hoopla database, because if we click on this one, it's going to give us an online article all about sewing and crocheting and embroidery and things like that. So make sure it's Hoopla database. Click access online once again. And Hoopla, like Solero, is going to ask you to log in and create a free user account. So it does show here that you can borrow and stream up to 10 items per month. So what's great about Hoopla is there's no waiting. Like if you were to borrow a graphic novel or a comic book from our regular collection, you would have to wait to get it in from holds. This is, as soon as you see it, you can access it right away. All right. So in Hoopla, the very first time, if you've never used it before, you're going to go get started today. And that's where you sign up for free. Again, free with your library card. And you would put in your email and your password. So I already have my email and password in here. So I'm going to put this in. All right. And log in. So you can see that it has a banner at the top kind of promoting some different resources that they want to show. I can borrow 9 more titles this month. So for the month right now, I have borrowed Batman, the Chalice, Volume 1. Okay, and it tells me when it returns in 20 days. So when you first go in, you can browse for whatever type of format you'd like. So say, for example, you want to look at ebooks. So I choose ebooks. It always defaults to the popular items. You can also look at recommended books, recommended by Hoopla, or let it load here for a moment. We have everything from Percy Jackson to Kane Chronicles. So it's a mixture of items for kids, for teens, for adults. You can look at the featured ones that they're featuring for this time of the month. Or again, you can look at popular ones that they have here. Okay, scroll through. And then if you want to access one of them, say for example, here we have Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Deep End. It'll give you a description of the book, and then you can click borrow. And as soon as you borrow this title, It's available for you for 21 days and you can access it right away. So I borrow it and then I can read it right in my browser on my device, wherever it is. So they're setting up my book and I can go through and I can access that. All right. I'm just going to close this because it's taking a while to load. You can also go through and look at what movies are available. Browse the movies. And again, as soon as you see something that you'd like to check out, you can start watching it right away. No waiting, no holds. Okay. So for example, if I'm going to look at, I don't know, we'll just choose one here. Contact. Again, click borrow and you can start watching that movie right away. All right. Well, I hope you've learned a few things that you can use both for your homework and for just for fun. So visit us at epl.ca, log in with your library card, and enjoy the resources that we have. Thank you for listening.